Hi guys, and welcome to the first class on these fundamentals for Vinyasa. We're going to focus today on the earth element, so grounding into the floor. We're going to be really focusing on the lower body, our strength, and moving on from there so we can move into the other elements, the water, the fire, the air. So whenever you feel ready, you can come to your mat. But we're going to need 1 or 2 blocks today, depending on your space. Okay, so you can take alternatives if you need, but we're going to take a block. We're going to explore some balance. So up to you how many you need. 1 at a minimum, 2 if you need more. So whenever you're ready, come to your mat and I'll see you there. So welcome to this practice. We're going to start in a seat. So if you do need to prop yourself up on a block or 2, you can go ahead, place them kind of side by side, and then there's a nice wide area for you to sit on and to ground on. Place them under your hips. Get a little taller in your spine. And we'll start taking some nice deep breaths here. Taking a deep breath in. And a nice audible sigh out through your mouth. And just let it all go. Until finally letting the breath settle to a natural rhythm. Maybe starting to just check in the sound of the breath, the rhythm, and how you're feeling today. Dropping the shoulders down, and grounding into your sit bones. Allowing your shoulders to stack over your hips. Taking one more breath here. And then from here, we'll slowly blink the eyes open if they went to a close. And we'll bring ourselves back to the room, starting with some seated cat-cows as we take the hands to the knees or the shins, whatever feels more comfortable. And on our inhale, we'll roll the shoulder blades back and open the chest, open the heart. And on our exhale, we'll round into the back and really ground into your sit bones. Finding a nice rounding here in your upper back. Taking a couple more rounds here in your own breath. As you inhale, bring it up. And on your exhale, take it down. And then from here, we'll inhale, bring it back through our center. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees next to find ourselves in that tabletop position. So bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Take a moment here to just reset. Finding that belly button drawing in, connecting into your hands and your wrists. And then on an inhale, curl your tailbone up, drop your navel, open your chest, open your heart. And then as we exhale, round into your back, press into your hands, into your knees, really ground into the floor. Then inhale, bring it through our center. We're going to take a thread the needle now as we bring the right hand forward slightly. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. And then on our exhale, bring the left arm under, ground into that shoulder. Bring the side of the head down. And then trying to extend the arm long over your head. Connecting your palm to the floor. Connecting into your knees. And just taking a breath or 2 here. twisting into your torso, your abdominal muscles. And then bring in that right hand back. Place it back in front of the face and inhale, take it all the way up into that open. Twist and then exhale, take your hand down. And inhale, bring your left arm up, your right arm up. Exhale, taking your arm underneath. Thread that needle, drop your shoulder down, the side of the head comes down, and maybe taking your hand over your head. Grounding into your knees, into your shoulder, into that left palm. Taking 1 or 2 more rounds of breath here. Really connecting into the floor and the ground. And then from here, we'll bring that left hand back and inhale, spin the right arm up. And then exhale, take the hand down. Working through 1 more round of cat-cow as we inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round your back. And then tuck your toes under, inhale there. Exhale, lift up, downward facing dog, lifting the hips high, pressing into your toes, extending into your arms, your back. Drop your gaze down to your navel, over to your toes for an easier gaze. Bending your knees generously as you lift the hips high. Work the shoulders into your ears. And if you can work heels down, go ahead, but don't put pressure on yourself to do that. But instead just pause and stay connected in the feet, in the hands. And draw your belly button in to get space. And then from here we'll shift the gaze forwards. We'll step our feet to the front of our mat. Staying connected into the hands as much as you can. And then inhale, lift up into that half lift, that flat back, hold your shins. And then as we exhale, we'll just lower down, forward fold. But this time hold on to opposite elbows. Finding our ragdoll. Letting the shoulders just disengage. Staying connected into your feet. Don't let the feet start to peel away from the ground. That earth element is all about staying connected to that floor, feeling grounded. And then from here, we'll very slowly roll ourselves up 1 vertebrae at a time. Keep those toes pressed into the ground. Don't let them peel away from the floor. And then finding that tall stand. Inhaling here. And exhale, let the hands come down to the side. Let the shoulders fall down. Soften your gaze or close the eyes. Let the shoulders come down the back body here so the chest feels open. Tuck in your tailbone slightly for a tucked Tadasana. Let the fingers soften, grow tall through the crown of your head. From here, working through a Vinyasa, a sun salutation. As we inhale, take the arms up over your head. And then exhale, forward fold, reaching down to the floor. Inhale, find your flat back and lift up. Hold on to your shins. Option to find blocks and keep them there. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down and we'll step back into a plank. Drop the knees down if you need to. Ground into your hands, into your feet. Inhale in there. And then exhale, let's drop the chest down to the ground, bending into your elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, lift up. And exhale, downward facing dog as we lift the hips back and up. Pausing here. Grounding into the hands, the feet. Let your gaze drop back to the toes or up towards your navel. And then from here, we're going to take the right foot forwards. Getting ready for warrior one. First variation, you're just going to take the foot behind your right wrist. If you have the space, bring it here in the middle of your hands. And then spin your left heel down, bend into your right knee, and inhale, take it all the way up, keeping the torso facing forwards. As we're working on our earth today and grounding, we'll hold our poses for a little bit longer in a slow Vin. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. Keeping your feet pressed firmly into the ground. You should be able to look down and see the whites of your toes and the edges of your feet as you are really rooting them down into the floor to stabilize. And then from here, keep your feet where they are. We'll inhale and we'll exhale, start to open the hips to the side and then bring the arms to a T shape, finding that warrior two. Now just checking that front knee isn't going past your middle and it's staying in the same direction as your toes. Still bending into that front knee. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to reach down, grab a hold of one block and bring it just in front of the foot. Taking the hand down there, we're going to inhale and lift it all the way up into that half moon pose, grounding into that front foot and lifting the back leg as best as you can, and then bringing the arm into that T shape. Taking one more breath here. And then very slowly, we're going to bring the foot in front and inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, finding that flat back and let's step back. Exhale, finding your plank. Inhale, let's tuck your tailbone, ground into your hands and exhale, chaturanga, lower your chest down. Inhale into that cobra, lift up, half lift, full if you've got it. And then exhale, find that downward facing dog. Pausing here, taking a moment to just settle. And then from here, we're going to take the left foot forwards behind the wrist or between your hands. Send your right heel down, bend into your front knee, and then inhale, rise up, warrior one. Taking your arms up. Grounding firmly into your toes, into your heels. Just resting here, just for a couple more breaths. And then from here, we'll inhale. Keep the knees and the feet where they are. And we'll slowly start to open the hips out to the side. Bring the arms to a T shape. Warrior two. Gazing over your front fingertips. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here, really grounding firmly into your feet, feeling them press so strongly into the ground that all you can do is lift through your torso. And then bringing your hand down, finding that block just ahead of your foot. And then from here, we'll slowly hop that right foot forwards and then open the arm to a T shape and lift the leg into that half moon pose. Stay strong into your foot. Stay steady into your breath. If you can bring the hand down onto the floor for more grounding, more stability. Take 1 more breath here. And then exhale, bring the foot forwards to the front of the mat. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, take it all the way up to our stand. You can take the arms over your head. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, bring it all the way up through one more vinyasa. As we exhale, forward fold through the feet, grounding into your toes. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down and step back, finding your plank. Knees down if you need to. Inhale in there. Exhale, chaturanga, lower it down. Inhaling cobra, lift it up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips high up. Working heels towards the ground. Separate the feet about hip distance. Staying strong into your hands, into your feet. And then from here, we're going to stay grounded into our toes, into our hands. But we're going to inhale, roll forwards into that plank. And then on our exhale, we're going to lift the hips back and up, staying grounded through our feet, our hands. Maybe the knees come down if you need. As we inhale, bring it forwards. Drop the knees if you need. And exhale, lift it all the way back up. Feeling that firmness into your hands as we inhale, bring it all the way up into that plank. And exhale, take it back into that downward facing dog. This time taking that right foot forwards in the middle of your mat somewhere. And then spin your left heel down. Keeping that right hand firmed onto the floor. Or grab your block and bring it underneath your hand here. And then we're going to open that left arm up into that triangle pose, staying firm into the feet. Resting here, one more breath, getting that inner thigh. Slovin means holding for a little bit longer, consciously moving. As we bring both blocks under our hands, if you need it now. Inhaling there, over the front leg. As we exhale, forward fold, over. Option to just keep hands on the floor if you want that extra stability. Pyramid pose. And then from here, moving the blocks out to the side, stepping your feet back into that plank. Inhale through our vinyasa. As we exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Grounding into your feet, into your toes. And then from here, let's bring that left foot forward, into the middle of your mat. Grab a hold of your block if you need it. Spin your left heel down, your right heel down, and then inhale, open up into that triangle pose, extending your front leg nice and long, using your block if you need it. If you don't need block, hands can come down onto the floor, but try to keep it connected to something on the ground, whether it's a block, a chair, whatever you need for support. And ground into that back foot. Keep it firm. As we inhale, come forward slightly. Taking the hands to the blocks if you need as we inhale. Squaring over that front leg. Exhale, forward fold, stretching out our hamstring, finding that pyramid pose. Grounding into your feet. Don't let those right toes come off the mat. Press them into the floor. Press the outer edge of that right foot into the ground. Taking one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down, step back into a plank. Inhale in there. Exhale, chaturanga, lower your knees if you need. Inhale, cobra, open up and firm through your hands. Exhale, keep those knees on the ground. Bring your big toes together. Find a child pose here. Connecting to your hands, your knees, your shins. Feel your hips sinking down to your heels. And then bring your forehead down to the ground. Option if you want here, you can bring your hands together, create a little cushion for your forehead, but just work with what you've got, where your space is. We'll just take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Finding that grounding and connection to the floor, giving yourself that breather here to slow things down and calm the breath, calm the body. And then from here, we're very slowly going to walk the hands back up. And if it feels comfortable, we're going to sit back on the heels. But if that doesn't feel comfortable, just take a seat, a cross leg, a sukhasana. We're going to take ourselves up nice and tall through the spine, ground into the knees, the shins. Bring the palms up to face the ground, the ceiling. Rock your shoulders back and away from the ears. Closing the eyes. And just take a moment here. And then from here, we will just take the heels out to one side and extend the legs long in front. Wiggling your hips side to side, get that neutral spine. As we inhale, take the arms up, sitting tall. Exhale, reaching down and trying to catch a hold of the feet, the ankles, the shins, under the legs if you want to get a little bit more grounding there. If you've got a strap, you can use a strap as well. But we're working here on grounding, so finding hands connecting to things, our feet, our body, or even to the floor. But when you get there, let's take an inhale, deep one in, and exhale, sigh it out. Taking one more breath here. Then inhale, very slowly bring it all the way up into that seat. And just centering yourself onto your mat. Taking the hands behind you, planting them firmly into the ground. Plant your feet firmly into the ground and either stay here with a nice open chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Or option 2, exhale, lift your hips up. Keeping your gaze down to the belly button, or shift it all the way back to the back of the room. Grounding into your hands, into your feet. And then very slowly lowering down, keeping those knees into your chest. And we'll roll down onto our backs. Pausing here. Massage out your lower back if you need it. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths. Rolling out your ankles. And then we're going to plant our feet firmly into the ground. Bring the hands down next to the body, palms touching down into the floor. Inhale in there. And as we exhale, press into your feet, into your hands, your shoulders, and lift the hips up high. Grounding into our entire body here. As we inhale into our belly, the chest, the shoulders. And on your exhale, very slowly, with control, lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. until finally the hips rest down, the lower back reaches the ground. And then from here, stay here. If this is enough for your lower back, just angle your heels out to the side, let your knees fall in towards each other. If you want to go a little further though, you can extend your legs long, full Shavasana. Bring in a little tuck of the shoulders under, and then bring the hands out where the palms can face up to the ceiling. A big part of our earth element is Shavasana. Finding that pause at the end of your practice to really sink down into the ground. Let all your body weight surrender to the floor, wherever your practice is today. And as you exhale, just feel your muscles disengage. Feeling yourself softening down into the ground. Releasing whatever tension still exists in your body today. And within each moment, just feel yourself becoming heavier and heavier. Continuously just scanning through your body to locate areas of tightness, of tension. Just letting it all go. Wherever you are, you've got a few more moments here. Just enjoy each breath as they come. And then maybe take a deep breath in wherever you are. Feel your belly, your lungs, your chest. And a big audible sigh out through your mouth. And then bringing your hands over your head to give yourself that full body stretch. And then bringing your knees into your chest for a full body hug. And taking a breath here. And then rolling over onto your side, finding a fetal position. And when you're ready, use a helping hand and slowly making your way back into that seat. Taking a breath here. And exhale it out completely. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale in there. Exhale. Namaste.